Welcome. In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold5, and today I'll show you how you can enable and also set up your portable hotspot. Now to get started, we're going to pull down our notifications and we're going to swipe down once more. This will show us our toggles. Now one of those should be a hotspot toggle. If you don't see it on the first page, you can swipe to the left and this will show you a second page. See if I can find mine. There we go. So hotspot. No. Okay. So it does work. I'm going to turn it off. So once you find this toggle, you can hold it and this will take you to the settings where you can number one see the hotspot password. By default, it will be randomly generated, so what I recommend doing is actually tapping on it and then completely removing it and setting up your own new password, which will be significantly easier for you to remember. It will also need to have at least 8 characters in length. Now below that, we have a band, so we have compatibility, performance, which is a pretty good way of actually displaying the difference. So by default, 2.4 is the kind of like the original Wi-Fi signal, which will be used by basically any device that has any kind of Wi-Fi connectivity. Well, the further you go to the right, 5 GHz, obviously, less compatibility, faster Wi-Fi network that this device will create. And we can even go further. Come on, there we go, to 6 GHz, which again, even faster and more limiting on how many devices can connect to it. So the general gist of it is performance will require, basically, the further to the performance you go, then the newer the device you will need to have to connect to this hotspot with. So I'm gonna stick with 2.4 because this is basically being utilized by any device that can connect to Wi-Fi and will give me the best kind of usability. If you want to have the best use right here, you could start from the very right and just check if your device sees the Wi-Fi network that this device will create. If you don't see your Z Fold5 network, because that's going to be the name, then it means that the device just simply doesn't support it. And all you need to do is go back here, change it a little bit lower till the other device can see your hotspot that it created. Anyway, from here I'm going to select save to save the changed settings, and I can now enable it. Now before I do so, I'm going to check one more thing, because previously we did have a, let me just quickly try to find it. We did have a power or a data saver mode, which I'm trying to see if it's somewhere in here. Data usage, maybe here. Data saver, there we go. So just to kind of refine this, it's going to be under connectivity, mobile network, or did I already mess it up? No way, connection and data usage, and here data saver. So the reason I'm pointing this out is because, just to kind of showcase this right now before I enable it, we can now turn on our hotspot. If this is enabled, it just won't turn on. And for some idiotic reason, Samsung decided to not give you the option to turn it off from here when you're trying to enable your hotspot. It requires you to go into the settings yourself in here and turn that off. So if you're having problem with just not opening up or the settings through, like I showed you at the beginning, or just enabling your hotspot, you will need to turn the data saver off for this to be usable. Which is, like I mentioned, absolutely stupid design, because I do want to have data saver, but I also want to be able to enable my freaking mobile network when I want to enable it, without actually having to rummage through my settings to actually do so. So anyway, with that being said, once you tap on it, it will enable as long as your data saver isn't enabled. And from here, you can connect to your hotspot with other devices. Now, once you're done with it, you can simply tap on it to turn it off again. And obviously, if you want to re-enable your data saver, so your mobile network isn't being like super abused, then you'd need to go back into the settings and re-enable it again manually. Great design. Anyway, So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.